We have discussed about the great roles played by the great important personalities who are educated from different communities and also have their own ideas about the changes that is required in a society, even from women community also. Many of them wrote books, published many other different type of pamphlet with all different ideas or the changes that they hope to see in the society. Many of them accepted by people, some others also were opposed by them their own group of people. Here also we are going to discuss one another important set of people who came from different caste communities and tried to make changes in their own community or questioned the upper or lower divisions of society. Let us study about them today. Birth was considered as a matter of a person's dignity and status in society once in our own country. And on the birth, a person, if he is born to a better caste, that also is an imaginary concept, better caste or lower caste. Anyhow, such a concept was there for people that those who are born or going to birth in a better caste or having status in society will be having the same position of their parents in the society. But if a man or a boy or a girl is born to a lower community, they also need to face all the problems, indignity, insultations, etc., that their parents suffering from the other sections of society. Here we are going to discuss about the changes that requested or demanded by the people to found or to exist in the caste communities. And people believed that all caste needed equal status in society. Man or people should not be categorized on the basis of their birth, and all of them demanded that people must be categorized or identified by their quality or their behavior. So such important persons existed in our own country that we can or we know that some great such personalities just like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar or Sri Narayana Guru or E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar or Jyoti Rao Phule, etc. All of them were from either lower caste or from upper caste, but they tried to give an idea for their own people to feel or to make changes in their own community. And many of them also used the sacred text and other important authentic books in our own country according to our culture or tradition in order to prove that in India no any books or no any other sacred text supporting discrimination of people on the basis of any kind. Sri Narayana Guru was a person from Kerala who was from a lower caste called Eezhava community, and he was popularly called Guru, and he believed that there is no need of any kind of differences among people, and he believed or advocated that equality of all within a single sect or a caste. He inspired all of them to have faith in one guru, that is he himself, that is a man must consider or try to respect himself or need to show that our own capacity in front of others. Sri Narayana Guru was a person who is against casteism or caste system, also about against idol worship. Then he was also not interested in any kind of religious rituals which have no base in any religious text. Mahatma Jyoti Rao Phule was another great such a social reformer from Maharashtra. He was born in 1827 and also have education from Christian missionary schools. He was also a person from a lower caste community. Mahatma was against the Brahmin communities and their domination over the other society because Brahmins claimed that they were the superior to others and they were from Aryan community. But Mahatma Phule believed and also argued that Aryans are really outsiders. They were not at all Indians. They came to India from outside and waged wars or defeated the Indians and also started to make the rules and regulations comfortable to Aryans. So, really, they are foreigners. So foreigners have no any role or no any freedom or right to make rules and regulations over the other people, those who are really inhabitants of the country. So he was against upper caste and their Aryan domination. And according to him, he believed or he was a person against the upper class or upper caste, and believed that Fulle argued that the upper caste had no right to own the land in our country because in reality the land belonged to the indigenous people. They are the so called low caste people. So countries belonged to low caste and the upper caste domination or the Aryans are outsiders. And he also believed that before the arrival of Aryans or their rule in India, the Indians had their own glorious past and also had their own different type of cultural practices or also had their economic balance. But when the Aryan rule or the other outsiders started to rule over India, economically, socially, culturally, politically, and in every other field of life, India started to feel disintegrated and degraded under outsiders. And he made a foundation or an association known as Satya Shodhak Samaj, mainly to propagate the idea of equality and justice for all different group of people. And, and in 1873, Mahatma Phule wrote a book named Gulam Giri. It means slavery. It was a period of American Revolution which stopped slavery in America. So Phule dedicated his book Gulamgiri to all those who fought against slavery. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was another great social reformer whose main intention was to create equality and status for the lower section in society. And he conducted lots of movements and satyagrahas, especially to get entry for all sections of people into temples. Ambedkar himself was from a lower caste section in Maharashtra and the caste name was Mahar community. And during his schooling period or his childhood, he had faced loads of discriminations from his childhood onwards. But after completing his school, he got fellowship to go to USA for higher studies. But when he returned back to India in 1919, he understood and compared the different kind of social or religious practices or the culture that Europeans or the outsiders and Indians experiencing. So in 1927, Ambedkar started a temple entry movement, which was in Mahar caste followers participated. Not only in Maharashtra, the same was practiced and also continued in different part of India. So, Ambedkar led three such important movements for temple entry between 1927 and 1935. His main aim was to make everyone see the power of caste prejudices within the society and also to show the power of unity among all sections of caste groups. Unlike the above mentioned leaders, one another great person from the better caste, that is called E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, who is popularly known as Periyar in Tamil Nadu and also throughout India, also was a social reformer. But he believed that the upper caste people are doing everything only to protect their own interest in the society and to keep their status as high every time. But being a member from that caste, he was not at all interested to create distinction between people on the basis of the caste. So he studied Sanskrit well, and also he had a kind of attitude towards every such different type of religious text to get idea about whether any kind of distinctions are supported by this religious text. So he was a staunch critic or a opposer of the Hindu scriptures, especially the codes of Manu. Manu is considered as the ancient lawgiver for Hindu religion and also for the other societies, and he also criticized Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana. He said that these texts had been used to establish the authority of Brahmins over the lower caste and also is using to dominate the men over the women. but there is no any base for this kind of domination in the religious text. And he also was a member of Indian National Congress by the beginning, but he believed that, or he left Indian National Congress only by experiencing the discriminative attitude of Indian National Congress leaders over their own members. When he attended one of the important program of Indian National Congress, Periyar understood that the seating arrangement in that hall is really a kind of discrimination. That means there is a gap in between some seats. When he inquired about it, he understood that the gap is between the lower caste and upper caste. Lower caste people need to keep a long gap in their seating arrangement and need to sit in the back side. By seeing this, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar believed that nowhere else no man is having any kind of changes in their attitude, even though whatever kind of religion or whatever kind of organizations they belongs to. So, resigning from this Indian National Congress, he himself started a movement called Self-Respect Movement. He argued that untouchables were the true upholders of an original Tamil and Dravidian culture which had been defeated by the Brahmins when they came to India. He felt that all religious authorities saw social divisions as social divisions and inequality as God given. There is no role for man in this type of religious or in this kind of caste creations. These kind of caste creations and these discriminations are made by the upper caste society only to protect their interest and also to create a kind of distinction between upper and lower. So he himself was a person from the well-to-do families, but he was against all these anti-social activities. That is why he also had many kind of enemies from his own religion or from his own society. To a certain extent, all the criticisms put forward by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar had its fruits, because some of the upper caste people or leaders started to rethink and also created some self-criticism among upper caste nationalist leaders. But anyhow, as people need to protect themselves and also to protect their interest, different kinds of associations were started by the Orthodox Hindu community in the name of Sanatana Dharma Sabha and Bharata Dharma Mahamandal in North India. And associations like Brahman Sabha in Bengal also was a kind of association started by the upper caste people in order to protect themselves. The object of these associations were to uphold that the caste distinctions are a kind of cornerstones of Hindu religion. It should not be avoided from the religious practices. Upper caste and lower caste distinction is essential in society. Such a kind of stern attitude was there from the side of upper section. Even though we had a lot of such great leaders in India in olden time onwards, still the practices of caste distinctions are going on. Inter-caste marriage, inter-dining, etc. are not still accepted in many minds of our Indians. Even though we believe that educated people will be having some kind of equality and also will feel justice needed to everyone, etc. But still a group of people are believing that their religion, their caste, etc. is a little bit higher and superior to others. That's why lot of different type of horrible stories, horrible news, etc. that we are experiencing still now. In 21st century also, caste practice is not fully disappeared from our inequalities and country. All other kinds of problems. Even the freedom to live satisfactorily with their family also is denied for some of the sections in our society, only on the base of the idea that someone need to consider as superior to others, or somebody will be considered as superior and some others must be uh, sustained as inferior. So let us hope for a best future where all people need to feel equality, justice, dignity, etc. in our society. So let us stop now. Thank you. Have a nice day.